Business Office. We welcome you to our show Business Conversation.
Namaskar.
Okay. Sir, we have heard a lot about AISECT and we are really impressed with AISECT and it is something which we all want to know. As from Business Office, we are interested to know AISECT's work in office.
See, the thing is that we at AISECT, we have started our work, this office in 2018. 18-19 we started, but prior to that we have been working with different government nodal agencies here in Northeast. Now we started to work out here, and when we established our office, we had this thing in mind that we wanted to generate employment, upskill people, participate in all government projects wherever there is a scope and people need our expertise. So we have been doing this constantly. Okay. Now, to tell a little bit about AISECT as a background is we have been in this business for the last 38-39 years. From 1980s we are here in this business, and we have 6 universities of our own. Okay, the last being a skill university, the first skill university of Central India, known as SCOPE Global University. Apart from that, we are into professional education. We are a partner of government schools for vocational education from class 8 to class 12. Then we have our professional part, and we are a regular part in placement. That is, we place people without any cost, incurring without any cost. Neither the beneficiary pays any fees, it's totally free, and we are working as a very formidable partner pan-India with NAPS, that's National Apprenticeship Schemes, as well as a third-party employer. We have our own website, just like Naukri.com, we have rozgarmantra.com, which actually is a platform to help employers meet employees, prospective employees. This is what is all about.
So, how many people you have trained from Northeast for getting a good employment and meaningful employment?
If we talk about how many people we have trained till date, we have trained more than 6,000 people in Northeast, and we are constantly doing it through different projects, different our centers. We have our centers all over Northeast, so we are professionally equipping people, youth, to get employed. And the thing is that we also have some stress on women empowerment. We are working with them, so we are trying to figure out certain other avenues whereby, see, it's very, we'll have to understand a problem nowadays that in Northeast, as because we are yet to be totally industrialized, so the job options are limited. Now job options are mainly in the government sector, and that too in the private sector, that is also a limited part. And people doesn't want to venture out of Northeast in that way. So we are trying to make people, ensure people that if you don't get a job, you at least can become an entrepreneur. So we are basically promoting courses whereby there is an option to get a job, as well as if you don't get a job, there is an option that you become an entrepreneur. So these kind of courses we are trying to propagate.
So, how people reach out to you?
The thing is that we have a constant method of referencing, number one. Number two, we use the digital platform to reach out to people. So we have our Facebook page, we have Insta page, so people follow those pages, and we have other advertising mediums also, and we have executives throughout all our offices in Northeast. The main work for them is to scout for partners as well as students.
Sir, we would like to know what you did so far for the women entrepreneurs. As you said, women empowerment is part of your work.
See, the thing is that of late, I will just, before I go back to the entire thing, what we are doing, I will say of late we are working with 2 recognized NGOs where we are stressing on this. We have basically promoted this course like beauty and wellness, which is basically a course which is for female students, and people are very successful. So beauty and wellness is a part, because we are partners of National Skill Development Corporation, so we have a mandate to work with this in Northeast. So we are doing, and apart from that we are doing food processing. So food processing means starting from jam, jelly and all to pickle making, everything. Then we have baking and other options of food processing. So beauty food processing is what we are doing. Then especially in Tripura we are working with all the municipalities and self-help groups, whereby what we are doing is we are basically, they are all ladies, we are training them from trades like candle making, agarbatti making, then paver blocks, okay, then basket making. Apart from that, we have beauty, then other options also whereby custom jewelry where they can make out a living. Now, after this training is over, this entrepreneurship development training, what we are doing, we are linking them with the market forces. That is, we are hand holding these ladies so that they can meet the market forces. That is, to help them. That, say for example, you are doing something in custom jewelry. Your raw material, from where you can procure your raw material at a lower price so that it becomes much more beneficial for your business. So we are linking them to the market forces and we are helping them out. So this is what we are doing for women empowerment. Now, projects are coming, say for example, if I discuss that we will be working with UNICEF, UNICEF also has a mandate that whatever you do, 50% should be female students. So everybody is stressing a lot on female students, and we in IT also we are helping them out with domestic data entry operator and all, whereby they can do some jobs with these agencies like Flipkart, Amazon and all, and many of them are being placed also.
So I would like to know, do you help inform connection with these entrepreneurs who do not training?
See, the thing is that we have our incubation unit in one of our universities, Rabindranath Tagore University. So we have Atal Incubation Center there. So we have not yet started giving funds to people, but yes, our plan is that once we start this incubation unit along with the government or independently, we'll be helping them with project works and how to source fund from banks. That is, preparing a project report, linkage with the banks, line up with the banks. So that we'll be doing. We have not yet started funding people out here.
So can you please tell us some success stories which you would like to tell our viewers?
Success stories are many. If you tell about success stories, firstly, there are 2-3 principles what we have maintained in Northeast. Not only that, in different places where we work, we maintain this. That is, we have not basically recruited a single person out of the region. That is, if we start an office out here, we take everybody from this state only. So wherever in a state office, all the manpower is basically sourced from there. We have our people working in this office also who have been taken through job fairs, who were in different parts of life, who came and joined us, and they are doing successfully and they have grown over the years. For the last 4-5 years, their growth was manifold, and they are now working as regional managers or moving towards becoming a state head, and all these stories are there. Similarly, many of our students are being placed in different companies like Teleperformance, whereby they have a handsome salary of 28,000. They are working, but the thing is that people doesn't agree to move out of the region. If people want to move out of the region, we have nearly say 3,000 open vacant positions with us. We can place them across 250 all established organizations pan India. This is one thing.
So another question, like we would like to know your collaboration with UNDP and UNICEF and what kind of projects you are handling with them.
See, we have worked with UNDP in South. We have worked for green vehicles. For UNICEF, UNICEF is basically working with children out here, that is aged from 14 to 29 years. So with 50% female ratio, they are working, and they are working on 3-4 courses with financial literacy, how to secure a job, what do you do for an interview. So all these courses are there. We are working with them. We are working with all the institutes, colleges and all. We have MOUs with many colleges, reputed institutions, more than 50 MOUs with different institutions. We are working with them. Apart from that, we have been approaching all the directors of education so that if given a chance, because these courses are totally free for the beneficiaries and a certificate from UNICEF matters. So we are working in this project. Not only these two, we are working in many CSR projects. We are working in CSR projects for Indian Oil, for ONGC, for NTPC. So in different states pan India, we are present everywhere, and we are working in CSR projects also. Similarly, we are working with government projects. We are working with Assam Skill Development for Mission. We are working with NULM. We are working with Tripura TULM. We are working with TTADC, that is what you have in Tripura, the reserved part of the tribal areas. We are working there. So, and we are working from 2015 in TTADC, to be very straight. We are working with Arunachal government as a whole. Then in Nagaland, we are working with IDAN. We have a mandate for nearly say 5,000 students to be trained in 16 districts. So we are working on that. We are working with MSME. In fact, in Assam, we did a pilot project with NASDAQ and CDAC and NASCOM, whereby we have trained in 3 places, in Bokakhat, in Assam, in Tinsukia and in Hailakandi. So we are working in aspirational districts, and we are working, we are planning to work with many government entities, but we are working with all sector skill councils, skill development missions, and we are working with governments also directly in labor department and all.
So what are the current projects that are going on?
Current projects, we are in Nagaland, we see apart from NSQF, we are working in Nagaland NSQF, there is schools. We are working in Meghalaya NSQF. Then we are working with IDAN, we are working with MSME in Nagaland. Then in Assam, we are working with ASDM, projects are there, whereby people are into dairy farming, beekeeping and all this. It's a residential project. Then we have worked with Labour Department, that is Welfare Board, which has been completed in Assam. So we are working with, we are planning to work, the early stages of work are happening with NILET. We are working with PMKVY in Meghalaya. In Tripura, TTADC, again we will be working this time again with them, with a huge number of candidates. But we are working already with the municipalities, all the municipalities. This is what is happening in these states. So, and some projects are in the offering, that is the process. And see, any project what you get, or any project when you start working, there is a system. A system has to be followed. It takes a little bit of time. So there are many projects on the offering, and we have basically done some relationship with NGOs. So we will be working with one NGO with regard to female students and underprivileged students in data entry, food processing and tailoring. That is also a CSR project of a reputed company. So they will be coming and they will be working with us.
Sir, like we are interested to know about various universities in AISECT.
See, AISECT has, initially when AISECT started their own university, we started with C.V. Raman University at Bilaspur, Kota. This university is a A-grade university, is a NAC A-accredited university. Then we have Rabindranath Tagore University, which is in Bhopal. Then we have another C.V. Raman University in Khandwa, Madhya Pradesh. We have a C.V. Raman University in Vaishali, Patna, and an AISECT University in Hazaribagh, Jharkhand. Then we just opened our new university, which is a Spoke Global University, the first skill university of Central India. And these universities are all integrated universities in a sense that up to PhD, a student, once he takes an admission out there, they can go up to from undergraduate to postgraduate and PhD also. They can complete the entire thing inside the campus.
So we have learned that AISECT is an international collaboration, so it has its office in Ghana. So
Yes.
what does it mean? Do they have a university or training skill?
No. We are working at Ghana. We are working with the government also, and we are basically imparting skill education. These people are not only being educated there, they become, they acquire all the knowledge then again they come back. Some of them come to India to work with us. So this is basically a mutual thing what we have started, and it has been till date. It's a very successful venture. What we are doing, we are multiplying in other countries also. We are planning to multiply in other countries. So you know that all these things have statutory obligations. It takes a little bit of time.
So what are the challenges AISECT has faced so far?
In Northeast,
Yeah.
Northeast, see, the first challenge in Northeast is the geographical terrain. So going from one part to another, people have to have knowledge about the terrain first. Then Northeast is a very, you'll have to understand one thing, Northeast is a very cosmopolitan thing. That is, it's a collection of many tribes speaking different languages, different cultures. So in order to have a balance between them, you will have to have a profound knowledge of that area, of the tribe, of that area, the language, the culture. This is one thing. People in Northeast are very open, but they are very shy. So they have their problems, but the thing is that they doesn't want to speak out. So you'll have to have that kind of a relationship established so that they gain that courage to speak out of their problems. Okay, then a huge counseling is required to make people understand that you can get a job, you are qualified enough to get a job. If you move out of your state, go to a neighboring state, go to Bangalore, go to Delhi, go to Mumbai. So this also takes a huge amount of time to counsel them. Apart from that, Northeast is very good. People accept us wherever we have gone. People have accepted. It takes a little bit of time for people to open up. And we'll have to tolerate that patiently, because it takes huge amount of patience to work in Northeast.
So what are your future projects?
See, future projects, obviously, my chairman's dream is to open up a university campus in Northeast. So, this is one of our main considerations. We'll be doing it. Apart from that, will be working more intensively with CSR, corporate social responsibility projects, because you have organizations like Numaligarh Refinery, ONGC, Oil India. We are planning to work with these people, NTPC and Bangaigaon. Then we want to touch up people in different states where we are yet to have that kind of a penetration. We have just started, like Meghalaya. So Meghalaya, we are already working in Garo Hills, we are working in Shillong, we are working in Joy, but a huge amount of work is still required, number one. Number two, one state has been skipped recently. We have just started working there, that is Mizoram. We have been talking to the advisor to the Chief Minister and the Director of Employment. So they have been very kind. They have basically entertained us. We have a state head recruited for them. So Mizoram, Arunachal and Meghalaya, this is a very focused area for us this year. Apart from that, Tripura, we are extending our business. Assam, we are consolidating. We already have our business, we are consolidating and waiting for government to come up with some creative projects so that we can help people in a much more definite way.